What in God's name? What have you done? So you're the other GLG-20s. The decoys. The decoys! Lower your voice. Hey, I am actually going to start a vlog, and yes, this is as heavy as it looks. Great lens. Haven't used it a whole bunch yet, but have made a couple of images with it. I'm just gonna go ahead and set it on the ground, which is what every good photographer should do with their best equipment, is keep it on the ground around the animals and the dogs and the children and all that stuff. I have decided literally 5 minutes ago, based on a couple of reasons, that I'm gonna do a vlog, for lack of a better term. I have been blogging with a B since 2002, and blogging now has kind of a negative connotation. Whether it's politicians at the podium saying, you know, bloggers are gonna have to register, you know, the nonsense. I tend not to use and like the term blog. And the same applies to vlog, because vlogging's been around forever, and some people have done it really well, and other people haven't done it so well, and now it has almost like this negative connotation, but in essence, that's what I'm gonna do. And the reason being is that I don't know if I'm ever gonna get the time to be a good filmmaker. However, and that's fine. If I never become a good filmmaker, that's one thing. I could probably live with that, because I'm a still photographer at heart, and I still love still photography. And the video thing is just sort of a, I don't know, a sideshow at this point. However, I do think based on a variety of fortunate events, get to live a pretty kind of interesting life in the grand scheme of things. I think for a lot of the things that I have going on a daily basis, which I typically don't share here, might be, I don't know, oddly, perversely interesting for some of you. So, and I also think that the vlog is actually kind of doable at this point, whereas good filmmaking probably isn't. So, what is this vlog gonna be? I don't know exactly. It could be the books I'm reading. It could be me figuring this out, this thing, which I've had for probably a year and haven't really used it, but I have an idea for how I want to use it. You know what I might talk about? I might talk about fanny packs and how actually the coolest people in society wear them, and some of them, if you're really cool, you wear it up high, like this, like this. That's how really cool people wear them. I like fanny packs. My nephew, 22, has a porn stash now, wears fanny packs, and for that I am forever grateful. But I just wanted to give you a heads up that I'm gonna do this and try this and see how it goes. It could revolve around me running. It could be a running vlog. It could be a cycling vlog of some sort. It could just have random landscapes in the snow kind of vlog. I don't know. But I'll give you an example of the kind of stuff that I'm gonna talk about and the kind of stuff that I'm gonna show. Went on a hike last week. Get to the end of the hike, the midway point, the crux. My wife says, take a picture of me, which is pretty par for the course. Women, as you know, in the age of the selfie, that photo, whatever photo you make of them, it has to be perfect. And so I tried, I did my best. I've only done photography for 35 years. I did everything I could to make this right. She asked me to trim the back of her hair, right? So from like here down was this short section of hair, and then the rest of it is like really long. And so I was like, you probably don't want me doing that. And she was like, don't be a loser, you can do it, just trim it. And then what I did was accidentally go way too far, so I ended up having to shave all of that, right? So all the way down with the clippers. Yeah, that was me. So we get out to this midway point, this crux, and she says, take a picture of me. So I do. I try everything. I do this picture, we get back, and she's like, hey, how'd those pictures of me turn out? And I was like, well, you know, the angle was bad. And you're kind of doing this thing with your neck, right? Ooh, that was it. That went from, so when I said you're kind of doing this thing with your neck, she went from DEFCON 5, peacetime, to DEFCON 1, and it was like, yeah, this is Behringer over at NORAD, take us to DEFCON 1, that kind of thing, and she went to DEFCON 1. The drop-down menu for her, DEFCON 1, the insult was, she went straight to, basically, I don't even know how she set the table for this one. She just went with, at least I'm not gaunt and wrinkly. That was the direct quote. Gaunt and wrinkly. Speaking about me. And so I was like, whoa, did you have that in reserve, or did you just pull that out of thin air, that you went from, this is such a great hike, to you're gaunt and wrinkly? That's what I love about marriage. That's what I love. It's amazing that 50% of marriages end in divorce. I still haven't figured that one out, but we are in no danger of getting a divorce. But that is just our banter. That is just our normal conversation. But man, I had to give her a round of applause. I think that is quite the insult. And I was thinking to myself, how great would it have been to have been filming that? So I have another camera coming. Yes, I do have another camera coming, but it's old. And it's small, and it's a quote-unquote action cam. And the thing is, my GoPro is dead. Technically, it might still work, but I've mentioned this before. It turns itself on and off. The batteries are all swollen, and I just don't really like that camera a whole lot. And I found out about this other camera that's really old, that's been out forever, that might be interesting. And I think it's actually going to work really well to help me sort of document some of the things I'm doing. Last week, I was able to go up to Utah 3 days with a friend and did some really interesting stuff that I'm not saying I would film the whole thing. Some of this stuff I really don't want to share. I think it would ruin it if I was actually sharing it. But the general concept could be interesting and fun. And oh, by the way, with what I have on the plate between now and the end of September, I don't really know how much time I'm going to have to do anything else. Having said that, I have gotten one step closer to figuring out what I'm going to do on my subscriber service, which, if I can make it work, I think it'll be interesting, and on the newsletter, and might have taken some steps with AG23. I don't know. It's still up in the air. There's a lot going on. I need to go repair the inside of my van. Those are the windshield wipers up so they don't freeze. Oh, my broken ribs. This hurts. This stretch move, not good. You know, I was balancing this on the dashboard, and even for me, it was reckless and idiotic. And I thought, you know, if I break this camera now, I'll feel pretty stupid. But I'm going to try it again because I'm feeling lucky. Oh boy, hard camera on a plastic dash. Always have enough espresso in the van. Do a little bit of moving things around, rebolting some things. So I got to figure out if I have to take out this entire galley, which might seem like a complicated endeavor, but this is a Wayfarer van. You should look them up. Everything is modular. Hang on. Everything is modular. So with a number 10 socket wrench, I can basically take apart this whole thing. And the problem is that the little wall thing behind me needs to, yeah, I think I got to take this whole thing out. Reestablishing insulation in places where it will make no effect, but it makes me feel better. And that's it. So I just wanted to give you a fair warning that I'm going to be vlogging at some point, and I don't know. There's no real plan here, people. My wife is gone, which is why I'm doing this, because I just got this brief interlude of I got space and time. I'll be back. Maybe what this is, more than anything else, is a diary. It's a video diary a la Tim Hetherington without the skill and the talent. Maybe that's what I'm doing. Just random stuff that's going through my head. Like I just drove down a hellish potholed, mud-hole, rutted road to get to the Audubon Center, only to find out it's closed on Sundays. Who'd have thunk it? The day when most people have a good chance to go birding. Let's close this sucker down. Hey, what a week. Do I have something on my lens? Maybe. I don't know. Anyway, I still don't know what I'm doing.